Okay?
There's three. Pick all three.
Yeah, and just bomb people with them, alright? So get that ball thrown. When I say three, I want all three of them at the same time, so nobody's letting that awkward person be frozen in the throw.
Is it recording?
So they're all going to fly at the same thing. So get somebody in your eyesight you want to throw it at. Alright, one.
Now look skeptical. That's the best thing you're going to do.
It's the best icebreaker. Alright, 1, 2, 3.
I got hit.
Oh, shoot.
Is that what's good? Good shot.
Sorry. Thank you, Margaret, for being my target. Stop throwing them at me.
Alright,
Hey, you saved my life.
one. Everybody try to get one in your hands.
Thank you.
There's one.
There's one right there.
Try to find them all. I don't have one. Does everybody have one? I don't have
the most fun employee training we're done.
So we're missing one person. Alright. Sounds good.
So now what you're going to do is don't open it yet.
No.
You're going to sit down at the table, and with your group, you're going to open it, and as a group, discuss which question you would like asked. And
So,
pick your
we need to
favorite.
give out the suckers. We
Who had
told
the
them to
most? Who had above?
3. Who hit 3 people? Raise your hand if you hit at least 3 people. Alright.
Did they have to be all different people?
Yes.
Because I hit her like 18 times, so.
Sounds like a great thinker to me. Alright, if you hit more than 5 people.
You are the worst. I think you
If
would.
you think you hit more than 5, you can. How about 6?
Probably one, because I got hit like 20 times.
Alright, here, I'll give you both the suckers. There you go.
You're welcome.
Alright.
Pick
What
your
was your name?
color.
Bree?
Yes.
Bree, alright, you gotta pick your color.
Party on.
Party on, I like it. Strawberry?
Wow.
It's like strawberry watermelon.
I like your thinking. Now the picture's at the game. Alright, so discuss your questions with the people at your table.
Because otherwise it would not work.
And discuss the two parts. It was a really good
Ingrid's like picture slapping is picking on her.
Cool, yeah, like that way. How's that sucker treat you? Good? Yeah,
These three have their good.
yeah, I think. Oh, I didn't catch the group in the middle. Thanks, Bree.
You got a sucker?
Yeah, for being a good party.
No, that's like the consensus.
It's all the victims.
God, it's my fault. I should have gone to Italy. My bad.
Okay, so everyone's ready. So now, we'll have one person from your group to come write your question on this. You won't be able to read mine.
I probably don't know the word right, so our weaknesses mean more work. No, it jumped up. We had that corner of the back. He came
I'm
that
the
corner
only
too.
here because Amy was like,
Yeah, and that corner there. I like the lone wolf out there.
I'm not like technically working.
The original.
I'm just chilling and stealing snack.
I mean, how
That's a good spot right there.
I don't know who closed it.
Oh, yeah.
You did?
I guess it was every night. That would be good.
No, I did not pass it right away. Because I went to do it when you decided to allow. Oh, and you answer questions. All right, cool. Looks like everybody wrote their questions up.
Okay, what we're gonna do,
Hi, here's a handout.
we're gonna go to a question, and whichever group wrote it, we're gonna ask you how you think you would address this issue. And then she's passing out a list of the top 7 tips for new tutors here. And what it is last year they sent out a message to all of our tutors asking any advice that they would give to new tutors. So they picked the top 7. And there you go. You got a whole bunch of people's answers. Okay, so how do I tutor or deal with rude students? Which can happen if you are tutoring a science and they just don't understand it.
Okay, you'll have to.
So who had that one? Okay, how would you deal with a rude student? What do you think is the best way to handle a situation?
So, like, I was thinking, if they come in and they're rude, it's probably because they're really frustrated and they probably don't like the fact that they have to come in for tutoring. So just try and work with them and be like, hey, it's okay, we're just gonna get you through this, and you'll be fine. And then if they persist in being rude, like, constantly, then actually sit down and have a conversation with them, like, hey, what's going on? Like, we might need to work through this before we can get tutored anymore because something's obviously not working.
Yes, that's exactly how you should tackle it. Now, if that student is consistently rude throughout every time, like every meeting that you have, then you can come talk to Johnny Margaret.
Happy to help.
Square away.
I'm a T.
Because we're not here to be in a workplace where we feel uncomfortable teaching teaching the students. Because they make us feel like we're doing something. We're here to help, not to feel like we're the problem.
I really liked how you said maybe they're being rude because they don't understand the material or they don't want to come to tutoring. Trying to get to the root of why they're rude, because they probably aren't rude because they dislike you or something. They're probably rude. Maybe they have a lot of pressure on them right now. Maybe they have family and work and school obligations and all sorts of stress in their life, or maybe they're just really frustrated about the material that they don't understand. So trying to not take it as personally if you can. I know sometimes that's hard. But maybe trying to take it as personally and be like, hey, I see you're being really short with me right now. Are you really stressed about this? Or how can I help you the most? Because I'm here for you. Just kind of letting them know, like, I'm here to help you, so you shouldn't be rude to me. So I like how you brought that up. Does anybody else have anything to say about dealing with rude students?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we kind of had a similar question.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing that I wanted to add to that was that we can't be rude back
Very.
because we're representing the Action Center, we're representing the university, so we can't just, let's say, leave or so.
Yeah, very trying to handle that very tactfully and not reciprocate the rude. That's a very good point, Daniel. Cool.
Okay, so worried about giving the wrong advice. So I'm a biology major. So I do the sciences and I do Spanish. So in Spanish, it's a really big fear to give the wrong advice about a grammatical point, because then they could use that throughout their whole class and be getting it wrong the whole time. So who had that question? How do you think is the best tackle?
In a general sense, I'd say, like, we were just straight up wrong about some material or something, the way a test works, just admit fault and make sure you then understand what was supposed to happen. like I'm supposed to tutor programming, so I'm really, really worried about that. Because every professor wants different things, you know, whether it's coding style or how they want things submitted. So, like, most of my plan is just trying to talk with the professor first to make sure I understand what she expects in certain situations.
Okay, anything else? So, from my personal experience, don't be afraid to look in the book. If you are iffy about something or you think that's how it goes, but you just want to make sure, use the book. Ask the student if they brought their notes, if they brought their book. I bring my own Spanish notes and look through that just to make sure I'm giving them the right answer. So don't be afraid to go and admit that you might not, like, if you're iffy, to just look back.
Yeah, I think one of my personal, so if you're, sometimes we'll be tutoring with a co-tutor as well. So my counterpart is